Hello, I'm Michelle Marvig from peaceville.com.au. Today I'd like to take you through a different way of making a handle. I want to introduce my new bag that I've created. It's called the SSS Tote. It's all made out of leftover pieces or leftover bits of 2.5 inch strips, which we all might have a slight stash at home. When I made this bag, I decided that I wanted to find an easier way to make a handle. The second last bag that I made was my sweetest honeycomb, and when I made this handle for this bag, I used two contrasting fabrics. They're about 1 inch finished. It was tough to turn that handle through, so when I made my new bag, I wanted to find a slightly easier way to make that handle, and this is what I've come up with. So in this bag we do have a main contrast of the grey with all of our printed fabrics. So what I decided to do was to get a printed fabric finish about the same as what I had on my previous bag, only this time I've wrapped it in my contrast fabric. So what we want to start with is a 1.5 inch strip of our printed fabric and a 3 inch strip of our grey contrast. Now they're sewn together, the length of the handle per your choice. If you like a long handle or a short handle, you would want to adjust for your pattern. But what I then did was I actually ironed the iron-on pellon, a 1.5 inch strip, so the same size as our printed fabric, to the back of that fabric strip that we've created, which now means that we can actually wrap that pellon rather than turn it through, and I'll show you now how to iron so that we can turn this into the finished handle. So after pressing the pellon into our join strip, we're now going to iron the raw edge in to meet the raw edge of the pellon. If you're wondering what I'm using, it's actually a felt mat, a wool felt mat. They're brilliant. They actually reflect the heat back. Okay, so having pressed that in to meet, we can now wrap that up onto the top of our printed strip. And even as we're talking about this, and I said piece by accident, I think, well, actually you could piece something and you wouldn't put any stress if that was 1 inch squares even. So once that's pressed over, a few pins along there, and then you can take that to the sewing machine, and as per my sample, I actually top stitched both sides when I went to the sewing machine, so it holds both in very firmly and it gives it a nice strength, and it looks lovely and finished on the back as well. Once you've made your handles to whatever length you would like, you'd then be fine to just set it into your bag as per normal. So this was set in to the top seam. When I sewed the lining to the outer bag, the handle went into that seam at that point. Hope you enjoyed that little tip for making a quick no-turn handle today. Happy stitching!